So, maybe you are thinking about coming to Rio de Janeiro probably you are going to have a tourist experience, like go there to have fun, or even if you are thinking about going there to live. I will give you my honest experience like a tourist because I've been there for 20 days straight some years ago. Okay, and I'm a native here in Brazil. I've visited a lot of cities here in Brazil, a lot of regions. So I am 36 years old, Brazilian. Okay, so I have a lot of experience to share you. I will point here positive sides, I will point here negative sides. So let's go. In this video I will give you an overview of the city, okay? Some good place to visit. I will talk about crimes, I will talk about people there, the way they behave, okay? Whatever, everything I have in my mind here that I can remember, okay? First of all, let's have here an overview about Rio de Janeiro city, okay? Rio de Janeiro has basically three main regions, okay, that are the North Zone, the South Zone, and the West Zone, okay? In North Zone, we generally have low-income neighborhoods, okay? In the South region, we have the main tourist points in the city. It's a higher income region, okay? In the North Zone, we have tourist points too, okay? We have like Maracanã Stadium, that is one of the hugest stadiums in the world, okay? We have Igreja da Penha, for example. Penha is a neighborhood in the North region. We have a church, very famous in Rio de Janeiro, okay? Whatever, we have a lot we have Avenida Brasil, that's one of the main avenues in Rio de Janeiro. Okay, I will not point every tourist place because I will do it later, okay? The South region we have the main tourist points like Copacabana's beach, Ipanema's beach, like Christ, okay, the Christ we have in the South region, okay. Pão de Açúcar, okay, is another very famous spot, Rio de Janeiro. We have the main tourist points, okay, the main, let me say, it's a higher income region, okay. So we have the West Zone, that is a relatively new zone, okay, it's not very, we doesn't see a lot of very important tourist points in the West Zone, okay, the houses there are very far away, you need a car to live there, cannot do things by foot, let me say like this, okay, it's common in new places, okay, so that's it, okay. What are the places I really think you must go if you are going to visit Rio de Janeiro, okay? First of all, is the most popular and famous Christ, that is in the South region, okay? In the Christ, you'll have an overview of the city, okay? But be very careful because you have to see the weather, okay? The weather is something very important to your experience. I was very fortunate that when I went there, the climate was nice. There weren't clouds at all, okay? So it was really nice view. But many times there are a lot of clouds blocking the vision. So your experience will be you'll be very frustrated, okay, if you go there with a lot of clouds. So don't go there with a lot of clouds, okay? You must have sure that the climate is good. You have Copacabana, you have Ipanema, you have Leblon, and this coastline continues and go to the west region, always between mountains, okay, and tunnels. By the way, Rio de Janeiro is has a lot of tunnels and between mountains, okay, so this is very peculiar. This view from mountains every time, okay, you see all around the city makes the city very unique because of that, okay. So this place is not all the coastline you must go, okay. You must go to the Christ, okay, it's very important. The Pão de Açúcar region is important to go, very beautiful region, okay. It's in the Urca beach at the south region, okay. And there you have a little way in the forests, okay. Not everybody know about this, but you can go inside the forest there because it's a zone that is protected, okay. So you have a kind of forest there, so you just go there. You will like this. There is plenty of things to do there, like sports, like climb the mountain, okay, something more radical. I don't think if it's good for you if you want this. This can be very dangerous. We have noticed these kinds of sports are very dangerous, okay, so think twice before it. If you wanna like hang gliding, I've researched is like extreme radical sport. You can do this in São Conrado beach, okay, it's next to Leblon in the south region, okay, and you can plan your trip along the coastline, okay. Will be plenty of things to do there. In the south region you have Lagoa Rodrigo de Freitas too. That is a very big lake in the center of the south region. You can see this lake in the top of the Christ, okay, you can see this lake very clearly, and there you have plenty of like restaurants, things to do. Next to the lake you have a botanic garden, okay, that is a very huge park, okay. I recommend you to go there and visit, okay. It seems to be very nice. What could I say about crimes in Rio de Janeiro? It's really dangerous, or it's fake? Let's talk a little bit about it now. Well, really you must be careful in Rio de Janeiro. When I've been there some years ago, I've seen myself in the north region a lot of times mass shooting, okay. It's really this happens, okay, but in the main tourist zones you don't have to worry about this at the first place, okay. Generally are safe places, okay, but be careful with your cell phone. But the mass shootings happens in the, let me say, the neighborhoods we call favelas, okay, here, the low-income neighborhoods here, this happens. And I think in Rio de Janeiro you must be careful with apps like Waze, okay, Waze, renting a car by yourself and putting the Waze to work, okay. You can end inside a not so safe place, okay. Many times the app Waze do this, okay, and it can be very dangerous for you because in these like neighborhoods with high crime rates, they don't know if your car is from a rival gang, is from a police officer, and can happen then can just shoot you, okay. That's not uncommon to happen, okay. This happens actually every day in Rio de Janeiro, okay. So be very careful with renting cars, okay. I'd like to advise you, don't rent cars. How is people in Rio de Janeiro? Well, people there are always smiling, always walking with not a lot of clothes, let me say like this, mainly for be a beach city, okay, and very hot many times, okay. So they are very talkative and they smile every time, okay. But me personally, I think people in São Paulo are more polite and more friendly than in Rio de Janeiro. I don't know, is my personal experience. Okay, I prefer a lot, by the way, São Paulo to live than Rio de Janeiro. Okay, Rio de Janeiro is a nice city, maybe to be a tourist. Okay, go to this place that I mentioned. Okay, something like this. If you wanna live in a beach city, okay, I recommend here Fortaleza. That is my city. Okay, it's in my opinion, it's much better than Rio de Janeiro. The prices here are lower, can be lower. Okay, mainly when we talk about rents. Okay, rents in the south zone in Rio de Janeiro can be massive expensive. Okay, in comparison here to Fortaleza. And here in Fortaleza you have beach, you have sun, you have hot climate, you have nice beaches outside the capital. Okay, so if you want a beach city hot, you can choose here or another in the northeast region. But if you want not a beach city, if you want a more a city with a lot of things to do, a lot of fun, a huge city, let me say like this, more dense, okay, you could choose São Paulo. Okay, and in Rio de Janeiro I don't see that makes any sense living there. Okay, because we have a lot of better options to live in Brazil, much more safe, much more let me say more cheap. Okay, so that's it. Hope this video helped you. I bring a lot of information. I could not bring everything because it will be hours and hours of video. Okay, but it will give you an overview from the city. Okay, thank you and see you in the next video. Bye bye.